A Boar at My Door, a project by the students of the Raffles Ecological Literacy Program. It was a cold and stormy night. Billy sprinted out of the forest and onto the road in fear. I think, I think he's gone, Billy thought to himself. Suddenly, a pair of bright lights swept across the road and shone directly at him. Billy froze in fear. Screech! The car came to a halt in front of Billy. Billy stared, confused and dazed, as two figures cautiously approached. Daddy, it looks hungry and scared. Can we take it home, please? After a long pause, the other figure finally spoke. I guess so, Finn, but only for a while, all right? You'll have to go once it grows up. And so Billy found himself under the care of a boy named Finn. Every day, Finn would feed Billy, play with Billy, and even bathe with Billy in a lovely bubble bath. Billy and Finn soon became the best of friends. You're the coolest pet ever. All of my friends will be so impressed. As the days passed, Billy grew faster and bigger and hungrier. One afternoon, Billy was really hungry. Seeing that nobody was at home, Billy crept into the kitchen hunting for a snack. Just as he was stuffing himself with apples, the door opened. My goodness, what a horrible mess! Finn, it's been growing bigger and bigger. There's simply no space for it in the house anymore. But, but, Daddy, it has to go. It is a wild boar after all. There was a faint sobbing as Billy turned around and sadly walked away. The next day, Billy sat in the car and watched as the city disappeared into the distance. After a while, the car finally stopped. Finn, I hope you understand. Yes, I do. I'd rather it be happy where it belongs. Goodbye. I'll miss you. With a soft snort, Billy nuzzled Fitz gently, turning sadly into the forest. Billy trotted and trotted. He looked around in wonder at the great trees that towered over him, the playful squirrels that sat on the branches above, and the majestic birds that soared in the skies. Billy felt comfortable. He felt at home. Deeper and deeper into the forest Billy went, when all of a sudden he was startled by a rustling sound coming from a pile of leaves nearby. Rustle, rustle. What was that? Billy wondered. Curiously, he approached the pile of leaves, and out sprang a humongous python that towered over Billy. So, it seems that I found my lunch. I won't let you escape this time. The python sneered gleefully. Billy shivered in fear as the python came closer and closer and closer. Suddenly, something brown and hairy charged at the python, its lips curled into a snarl and its hair bristling on its back. Stay away from my family! You may have saved them the game today, Papa Boar, but I'll be back, hissed the python angrily as it slithered off. Billy! Are you hurt? Where have you been all this while? The entire family's been searching everywhere for you ever since you ran away when the python attacked that night. Papa, it's you. I have really missed you too. But don't worry, a kind young boy has been taking care of me all this while. I am just so relieved to have finally found you. Come along now. Let's go home, Billy. And so Billy trotted with Papa Boar, finally on his way home. Welcome home, Billy, the Boar family chorused. Do you still recognize them, my dear? Mama Boar asked. It's been a rather long time. Of course, Prissy, Jimmy, Iggy, and Lily. You're all here. We've all missed you so much, Jimmy exclaimed as he ran up to Billy. Cool. You already have tasks. Someday, I hope I'll grow up to be as big and strong as all of you. Yes, you will, Billy. Jimmy chuckled. Someday you will. The weather is a little hot, don't you think? Prissy exclaimed. See the mud over there? Let's race to it. Ready, steady, go! They rolled up, down, left, and right. What a mess they became! What a sight! As Billy's family got out of the mud, they started rubbing themselves against trees. What are you doing? Billy asked curiously. We're keeping ourselves clean and bug free, Lily replied. It also leaves our scent here to mark our territory, Iggy added. Ooh, this is so fun, Billy exclaimed as he started rubbing himself against a tree too. Growl. Where did that growling sound come from? Prissy asked. Oh, I think it was my stomach, Billy admitted sheepishly. Let's find you some food then. And so the Boar family started digging and digging. What are you digging for? Our dinner, of course, laughed Papa Bear. Roots, nuts, seeds, and grubs. Starving, Billy and his family gobbled down the food heartily. The meal that night was a particularly satisfying one for the Boar family. Days became weeks, and weeks became months. Billy grew up, and so did Finn. Let's go, Finn, or you'll be late for school. Finn stared out of the car window at the passing trees. Suddenly, he spotted a brown blur moving amongst the trees. The moving figure stopped and watched as the car drove past. Dad, look! Don't you think it looks like the pet boar we once had? Do you think it still remembers me? I'm sure it does, Finn. Contented, Finn smiled, and so did Billy. The end.